What's going on, family? In today's video, this is going to be a short one. This is a subject that somebody asked us, but I let them know, some of the time when you guys write in a lot of these subjects, sometimes we'll give you a quick reply, but other times we're thinking, hey, this is a great subject that probably a lot of people have wanted this, or probably are thinking about asking us this, or might ask us in the future. Forget about replying on Instagram or YouTube. Let's just make a video. So this is a nice quick video on how to bring up the subject of spiritual goals. Everybody talks about, it's so important to find out when you're dating somebody, their spiritual goals and what they want to do in life, what their big ambitions are, if they have any spiritual goals, if they have goals in life. So one of the best things that we did is when we went through the Family Happiness book, we went through a book from the organization. And it was really nice because just throughout the chapters, one of the questions in the book was speaking on the subject, share your spiritual goals. So once you get to that point in the book, it's not, hey, man, I'm not asking. We got to answer from the book. So the book is saying, well, I got to know your spiritual goals. And then they got to ask you, okay, well, what's your spiritual goal? So you're kind of forced to do it, but it's nice because it kind of puts you at ease in a place where you don't feel pushed from the other person. It doesn't get awkward, if that makes sense.
Or you could be like my husband that asked me the first thing.
Right.
What are your spiritual goals?
Right. You can just take that initiative.
I didn't think anything wrong about it.
Right.
It's normal, especially for witnesses. But you could just straight up ask, what are your spiritual goals?
But see, a lot of people are scared of that because they play the risk of, well, what if I ask and they don't have any? Because then that gets things kind of really awkward. Because you're thinking, blah, 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 you're talking about this, talking about that, and then, I don't know, when you find out, hey, I meant to ask you, what's your spiritual goals? And they're like, I don't have any.
Well, that's good because I think you know from the beginning.
Right.
I mean, it's good to, if they're studying with you, eventually at that point afterwards, that's something good too. But it's also good to know, if they don't have spiritual goals,
hey.
And
maybe their goal is, my spiritual goal is to serve Jehovah for the rest of my life, faithfully live by the principles and stay faithfully, serving in the truth. That's a phenomenal spiritual goal. That could be the only one, and that's a great one. That's one that not everybody can live up to. But maybe one of the cool things that you could do is kind of speak on it beforehand and just let them know, hey, next week for family worship, if you're a brother, if you're a sister, hey, it could kind of be cool if next week, don't say tonight, hey, it'd be pretty cool if, next week, if we could kind of go over each other's spiritual goals. So perhaps they can have a little bit of time to prepare in advance. Let me give this some thought. Maybe you can prepare in advance. Let me give this some thought as well. Rather than just jumping into it in the moment while you're walking on the beach or you're just doing something crazy, it's better for you to kind of give each other a little bit of preparation so that way you can prepare yourself mentally and perhaps, approach Jehovah and let him know, hey, can you help me out with my spiritual goals? Because I don't have any, but I want to. Here I am, send me. Perhaps he'll, spill some out of your mind.
Yeah, I get what you say. I also think that sometimes people like someone so much, the other person so much, that they might make up some spiritual goals just thinking about what you say. So that's why I like the whole just ask them straight up. And sometimes you catch them off guard.
My wife and I, we don't agree on everything.
No. But I'm more direct.
Okay.
I'm a direct
we
person.
Agree to
just
disagree.
ask me and I'll tell you. I'm not gonna draw it really pretty and I'll just tell you.
Right.
That's who I am. If you ask me something, I'm gonna respond. If I don't know, I'll say I don't have any. I'll just straight up tell you. I don't have any problem telling you.
Right.
So that's why I like the idea of telling me from day 1, day 2, whatever it is. What are your spiritual goals?
Right.
Because for me, I want that brother, whoever it is, I want them to have spiritual goals. I don't want them to be I don't know. I want to know, that's something you thought of, right? You would think, right? So that's something for me. So I like that we approach each other and we ask each other, what are your spiritual goals day 1?
And what she's saying is sometimes somebody could tailor their spiritual goals according to you because they don't want you to fall out of love with them. They don't want you to not like them if this is, a couple weeks in or whatever. They don't want you to, you don't have any, so we don't have the same spiritual goals, so this ain't gonna work. All right, I'm out. Oh, no. I'm not losing you, so what are your spiritual goals? Oh, to pioneer? Well, what's your spiritual goal, Ryan? To pioneer, just like you. You see, sometimes people try to match the other person. What do you want to do in life? Oh, I want to travel. What do you want to do? so funny. I want to travel too. And sometimes it's real. Sometimes, I want to be a circuit overseer. I want to travel. I want to go serve with their needs greater. Maybe it's true.
And sometimes maybe they never even thought about it, to be honest, because maybe they're young and they never thought about it.
Right.
But it's cool because at least you asked them that from the beginning, so they start thinking about.
And maybe neither of you got spiritual goals. Maybe it's great for the both of you.
I know, but it's just something to ask because then, let's say that it gets really serious and you get to the part where you're engaged and you're about to marry this person. They think that you have the same spiritual goals as them because you try to match them and try to be like them, and then there's going to be a problem when you are married. Because you're like, oh, I really don't want to do this. I just said it because, that's what you wanted to do. So you want to always, I just like to be real. Day one, if some people might not like that, but I like that we did that at the beginning. And then the family happiness book was amazing. It's not you saying it's Jehovah. What are your spiritual goals? Write them down.
It is cool to play it out because for a lot of people, sometimes they're like, oh, I want to pioneer for the rest of my life. And pioneer is not for everybody. The organization says that. It's all over the place. It's not. It's just that some people want to serve at Bethel. Some people just want to preach on Saturday. There's no, everything's just about what you personally feel, your self-awareness that tells you, I'm doing my best. And if they feel they're doing it best, there's no room to criticize it. But you don't want to be with somebody that says, I want to pioneer for the rest of my life, and you hate the ministry, or you dislike it, or you don't find as much enjoyment in it as they do. That's kind of going to be tough, because now maybe they'll pioneer with you, or they'll run with it, or whatever, but then that person's not going to be happy. So now you got to put the other person's happiness and their needs in consideration, right? You don't want to force somebody to pioneer if that's not what they want to do. You don't want to force somebody to go to a foreign country if that's not for them. We all have different ways, so putting it all out there, just being real, being honest. Hey, look, I got none. Hey, look, I just wanted to do this.
Just
be real with them. It'll benefit you now. It might hurt. You might split up. You might break up. But it will benefit you way more in the future if you did or did not say I do.
And I'm just saying, just because they might not have the spiritual goal of being a pioneer or pioneering, now, that doesn't mean that you can't go out in service with them and they're going to want to do it eventually because they see how much joy and happiness you have in service. So you can't say, well, I don't want to be with you because you don't, you have to understand too. But it depends on how much you love and how much you really like that person too. So, yeah, it's just, for us, I felt like it worked good to just be straight up and tell me. But we also were able to see,
and you can adapt to the other person. Look, when you get somebody inside your life, your goal was to pioneer for the rest of your life while you were single. And then you find, somebody in your life and you're like, oh man, I don't even think I was gonna date or have plans to get married. This is not in my game plan. But boom, I fell in love with this sister or brother. And now I don't know what to do. And some people are like, hey man, I'll give up the pioneer and I gotta do this other stuff. I wanna take care of my family. I wanna have a child. I wanna have a baby, all this other stuff. And you can't run with that while perhaps you're pioneering. Maybe it's too tough, it's overwhelming. So circumstances change, you change, goals change. The big picture changes. Once you get another body in your life, it's so different. Because now you gotta put their needs ahead of your own. It's selfish of you if you want to say, well, I want to do everything that I wanted to do while I was single. You can do some of those things, maybe you can do all of them. But maybe not. Because you got to make sure that each other are happy. And you want to make sure you're both on the same page. Not everything has to be perfectly aligned. You're not going to find that person. You like the color blue, I like the color blue. You shouldn't be looking for that person. That's unrealistic. But like my wife said, you can adapt to each other. And find different ways to live a happy, beautiful marriage and life. So hopefully, friends, you guys got a lot of value from this. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up. It reassures us and lets us know that you guys are enjoying our videos and that maybe we can do more topics similar to this one as well. Comment below, what was your biggest takeaway? Do you have spiritual goals? If so, what are they? We'd love to know. Put it down in the comments below so we can chat and join in the discussion. And of course, if you haven't already done so, please
subscribe. And share.
And share. I love that. Thank you so much, family, for watching. We love you guys.
Love you guys.